Good morning, my lovelies. I actually feel a little bit nervous about doing this video, which is quite strange. I always feel if I can get one out for a Friday and do 3 videos in a week, I always class the Friday one as like a bonus one. So you won't always get one on a Friday because, you know, I do work, there are time restrictions, and I do have things to do on my days off each week. But yeah, so this is a bonus video, and today's one, just to let you know, in case you're not at all interested and you want to switch off, by all means do so. But I'd mentioned a while ago about having a skincare regime on a budget. And I did get a few comments on that video to say that people would be interested in hearing a little bit more about that. So I thought I would do it, and I think I explained in a previous video that it then gave me the idea about doing a giveaway. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. So we're going to talk about skincare. We're going to talk about how to get the most out of your products. I'm just going to go through my routine, what I do, and it's, you know, in no way, shape or form does it mean that you have to do things the way that I do, because I am no expert. And if you do want expert advice on skincare, there are quite a few ways that I can let you know where to go for that information, which I will do. But I'll do my usual kind of brief introduction now. If you're new here, my name is Sharon. I am 62 years old, and just over 2 years ago, I had a change in circumstance, which was purely my own choice, where I moved out of the home that I was living in and rented a property to live in on my own. This YouTube channel was started at the very end of January. It was something I'd wanted to do for a really long time. And this is really about me and my journey navigating my new life and living, as I do say, on a low income, because it is only just over minimum wage per hour. And just the things that we talk about over here, you know, money, budgeting, you know, being frugal and cooking, shopping hauls, that kind of thing is what you'll find over here. You won't find any other skincare videos, and you're probably unlikely to going forward. But yeah, so I wanted to give something back, especially because I recently hit 1,000 subscribers, which was a couple of weeks ago. So I was a couple of months into my journey. So it was an amazing thing to do that. It was very, very exciting. And it also made me feel extremely grateful. And to anybody else that's on here or who's starting out, just please bear in mind that everybody's YouTube journey is completely different. And I follow people who, you know, are doing extremely, extremely well and have done so very quickly, much quicker than me. But we're all different, and we all gel with different people. And what I've got to say over here, you know, you might not like that, and other people would be better suited to your viewing, so that's fine. So this is my journey. I never expected to hit 1,000 subscribers. I never expected to be in a position to monetize the channel, which I have now done. And I think I've mentioned in other videos, I think you know, the first day it showed any money, it was like £1 something, and we're on £11 now, guys. £11.78p, which is, yeah, I don't know when they'll ever pay me. I think I might have to actually put some details in now. I did get an email yesterday. I think they want my passport. So yeah, we're at £11.38. So anybody that is watching, I think from what I've heard on other channels, you have to watch at least 30 seconds of any video that might pop up whilst you're watching a video for somebody to earn money on that. That's what I gather. But anyway, right, let's get into what I've got to share today about skincare. So firstly, just to go back to say, I'm not an expert. I've always been what I would class as a product junkie. Even as a teenager, I loved creams, lotions, potions and makeup. And I was probably in my early 20s, I think, when I started working in London and commuting every day for way over an hour to get to the big city in a job that I had for many, many years. I kind of got into it a little bit more then, and the brands that I was sort of investigating and using for quite a few years would have been Estee Lauder, Clarins and Clinique, Lancome, and they're still around and they all still have products that I love. Then as time went on, I would say probably late 30s, I was very much into Liz Earle products and used those for quite a few years. And then from there on in, I just think there are so many brands now. There are so many products out there that I think it can be very confusing for people. And some of you may wash your face in the morning with a bar of Imperial Leather, you know, slap on some moisturiser, and that's you done for the day. And that's absolutely fine. You do you. By all means, I'm not here to tell you to do anything differently whatsoever. But what I will say, probably from about 2008, 2009, back in the day when I used to read a lot of blogs before I started watching a lot of YouTube channels in more recent years, I used to follow the blog of somebody called Caroline Hirons. You may or may not have heard of her. So a bit of a skincare guru who's gone on to achieve massive success from her blog and imparting her information on, I don't think she's very often on her YouTube channel now, but she's a big presence on Instagram. She's got her own brand and she also creates complete skincare edits every few months where you get a complete set of skincare for a whole regime, morning and evening, and she sells that at a massively reduced cost. And the things that are in these edits are from various brands, not really cheap stuff to buy, but because she sells them at about 40, 50, sometimes even 60% off of retail, it can be a great way to try out some new brands if you can afford that. And again, I'm not here to tell anybody to be spending their money on skincare. That is totally down to you. I believe you can do everything on a budget, whether that's your food shopping, going on holiday, or having a skincare regime. I honestly believe that, and that's kind of like why we're doing this video today. So along with Caroline Hirons, the book, which of course you could pick up in a library, probably also charity shops or Vinted or eBay, you could get your hands on that book if it was something you was interested in. I think there's been a newer version come out since I bought this one back in about 2020, I think it was released. But the other people that I also follow on Instagram would be Nadine Baggott. I think, in fact, I have got some cutouts here. Yeah, 21 Best Summer Beauty Buys by Nadine Baggott, which I've cut out of a newspaper or on the magazine. And then this is something that I've kept for a long time. Who is this by? Nadine Baggott again. So Caroline Hirons, Nadine Baggott, and also Sally Hughes, which I think she is the beauty editor for The Guardian, I think I've got that right. So yeah, if you want expert advice, and Caroline Hirons has a skincare app called Skin Rocks, which is the name of her own skincare brand as well. So yeah, if you want to look into skincare a little bit more, address any skincare concerns that you might have, then I would say those are the ladies to follow, okay? So I've got my Mother's Day skincare edit from Boots here that the kids got me for Mother's Day. I had mentioned I would be more than happy to receive it, and they delivered as usual. Last year on Mother's Day, I said exactly the same thing about a Look Fantastic Mother's Day box, which I had last year. And this year I saw the Boots one and I thought it was excellent, value for money, and the products that you got inside it I thought were fab and things that I would probably like to use and try. And I thought this box would be a great box to pop my giveaway things in. So yeah, I thought I would empty this out today of the products that are inside it. And we'll use that to, I'll show you what I'm going to give you in the giveaway, how to enter a bit further, kind of like as we go along. So yeah, we're going to empty this stuff out so that I can start using it. I won't do that on camera. I was going to run through what's in it, but honestly, I think it would just take too long and you'll probably all get bored, so we won't do that. I'll empty that off camera so that we've got the box in a minute to put the stuff in. What else? I'm going to keep saying how to make your products go further. First thing, so I've got a couple of video clips where I decanted some products. And I've been amazed at how long things have lasted when I've cut open a tube and decanted what was inside it. Now, I've got 2 tubes missing that I cut open on this particular day, which I thought I'd kept. So I've only got 2 tubes to share with you, which were cut open. I've squeezed that on. You see, they were cut open. So one was a hair conditioner, which you're going to see on the video. This was a conditioner that I bought in Savers and I really, really liked it. And I looked for this a couple of weeks ago and they didn't have it anymore. I was gutted. Yeah, I thought it was really good. So I cut this open and inside I looked at it and you'll see in the video, I said, oh, I've got at least 1, possibly 2 applications there. That turned out to be 3 applications of conditioner that I got through out of that. You're also going to see me decant this cleanser. Now, when I cut this cleanser open, and quite frankly, I could get my nail in there and probably still get some more out. You're going to see me decant this. Now, this was a really hard tube, as some of them are really difficult to get the product out. Now, I decanted that into a pot, which you're going to see, and it's quite yellow in colour when it was all in there. It's like a jelly cleanser. I got, well, look, I still used it this morning. It's gone a bit white in colour now. Out of that, what was left in that tube, which you would ordinarily throw away, I got 27 days worth of washing my face with that cleanser, both morning and night. Incredible. Honestly, I am shocked at how much was remaining in that tube of cleanser. Unbelievable. I also decanted 2 empty tubes from The Ordinary. One was the Squalane cleanser, which I haven't started using as yet because that one has lasted for so long. So I can't tell you how much I got out of that. But also from The Ordinary, their NMF, Natural Moisturising Factors, is a moisturiser of theirs that I really like. I decanted what was left in that tube and it overflowed this tiny little tub. So I keep these little pots for decanting products. They're also super handy for decanting for holidays as well, because it saves you paying out for minis. And if you look at mini products on a mil for pounds basis, you're going to pay a lot more for a travel size product than you are the full size. So it makes sense to decant skincare into little pots. So any little pots you get, always wash them up and keep them. So I decanted that moisturiser into this pot and it lasted me for 2 weeks and 3 days, just using it in the morning out of that little pot. So that is just an example of cutting your tubes open. It sounds a bit like you're having an operation that won't allow you to have children anymore, doesn't it? So yeah, don't cut your tubes open, but do cut your skincare tubes open. So yeah, tubes, but also making products go further. Now the casing on this lipstick has broken a little bit now. Now this is the lipstick that I use every single day and have done for the last few years. It is by L'Oreal and it is number 633. And I, since this has run out, have been using this with a lip brush. Now, I normally would put this on once a day in the morning when I put my makeup on. So it's rare that I would use this twice a day. I have been using this with a lip brush for over a month. I paid £3 for the lip brush when I bought it, probably a couple of years ago. It was just like a Boots own brand lip brush, so nothing expensive at all. And I've been using that lipstick for over a month every morning, and I've still got product in there. And I believe that I once heard there can be between a quarter and a third of the bullet of a lipstick is in the casing. So definitely get yourself a lip brush if you want your products to go further, because I'm still using that and I do obviously need to get a new one. I've never had the casing break like that as around there before, and I've bought this many, many times. But yeah, so that's me touching on how to make your products go a little bit further. So let's get into the regime. I'm just going to stop this video because I want to empty the pink box so that as I talk about things I use, I can show you what we're putting in the giveaway. So guys, something that I always do, it might seem a little bit mean, I don't know. We used to have this story around the Queen that she used to save up all the little bits of soap and make them into a bar of soap. How true that was, we will never know. But I always cut tubes open, and Katie mentioned this on her video the other day, and it's something that I always do as well. I particularly like this conditioner, and I couldn't get, oh my God, look at the state of my hands, sorry. I could not get this. I picked this up in Savers. When I went in there a few weeks ago, they didn't have it, and I really liked it. And look how much is in the bottom. I mean, there's definitely enough for one more hair wash, possibly two. So we're just about to use that, hence I'm in my dressing gown and pyjamas. And then this cleanser, let's cut this tube open also and see what we've got. Absolutely stacks of cleanser in there. That is almost halfway up. So imagine if you threw that away, the waste and the cost, especially because this came in a beauty kit that my kids got me for Christmas. So this isn't a cheap product if you bought this on its own. So yeah, look at all that cleanser. Unbelievable. So yeah, it really puts a smile on my face when I can see how much more product I can get out of something just by cutting that tube open. I mean, it's not an ideal way to package stuff really, is it? Because if you've got a jar of something, you can see exactly what's in it, but with a tube, yeah, unbelievable. So guys, because there was so much in there, normally I would just carry on using it and just keep squeezing the top of the tube over like so. But there was quite a lot in there, and I thought I don't want it going hard or going off, so I've decanted it into a pot. Look how much we've got there. I reckon with just the small amount that I would use washing my face in the morning with this, and also as my second cleanse at night, because I always use a cleansing balm first of all to get rid of makeup, and SPF, which I wear every single day. I know that I've got at least a week's worth of product here, so it'd be really interesting to see how long that lasts me. But yeah, I reckon at least a week's worth of product there inside that tube. Unbelievable, isn't it? So I've emptied my box, so I'm just going to go through my regime and what I'm currently using in my skincare routine. And I just want to say at this point, guys, that I don't go to the salon for any treatments other than my hair. I mean, I've got friends that are constantly getting their nails done, pedicures, facials, all sorts of things like that, getting eyelashes put on and brows tinted, etc. I do tint my own brows, although I've not done them for an awful long time, but I do have tint in the house. I should do them more often, because when I do them, I think, why don't I do this all the time? So yeah, I tint my own brows, I paint my own nails, and that is it really. The last few summers, or since I've lived in this house, I've always thought, oh, I'd love to have a pedicure for summer, especially if going on holiday. I'd love to have a pedicure before going away. But yeah, I hope I get a pedicure this year. I really would like one. But for me, skincare is self-care, basically. You know, we all have different things that we're into, different things that we enjoy, and things that make us feel better about ourselves. And for me, that's looking after my skin, I suppose, to the best of my ability, with the income that I've got. So in the morning, first thing in the morning, I wash my face. And at the moment, I am using the Ordinary Squalane Cleanser. Now, I picked these up. So the value of this size, which is the 50ml, they do 100 or 150, a bigger one. I really like this cleanser. For me, skincare is very much about texture. And with a cleanser that I'm sort of massaging into my skin, I like something that feels quite sort of greasy and has got a good slip on it. And this definitely fits the bill for that. I'm going to go through some honorary mentions also on this video of other things that I really like as well. But yeah, the Ordinary Squalane Cleanser, I picked this up after Christmas, and it was on a website called Essential, which I can pop a link below. They do sometimes have really good discounts, especially around Christmas time. I've seen them have like 25% off fragrance and things before. So I do, yeah, I'm on their email list, and I managed to get one. This is one of my top 5 cleansers across all price points, although it's a fairly decent price. I got this for £3.30 instead of £8.80. So first thing I do is I wash my face every single morning, and I use a clean flannel each day. So I use it in the morning, and then I use that flannel in the evening again when I'm washing my face and removing my makeup. So cleanse is the first step for me. Yeah, what else can I say? I wash my face with a clean flannel every single day. So let's pop that back down. Now, next step, I like to use, now this is the only thing I wanted for the giveaway that I couldn't get hold of. Now, this is Boots Botanics, and this is an AHA Glow Toner. Instantly brightens the look of dull skin. Now, Botanics by Boots is quite a reasonably priced brand anyway. However, I've got another product from them in the regime I'm currently using, and that was purely because I needed an AHA toner and I needed a face serum, and I ordered them online. I paid about $2.99 and $3.99 for the 2 products, but they've really gone up in price. They didn't have any of this in Boots, but it was, can't remember how much it was when I looked at the shelf edge label. But anyway, I cleanse and then I use an AHA toner. The reason I use something with AHA or BHA is because it acts as an exfoliator. So rather than having to use face scrubs, which can be quite harsh, I use a toner, an exfoliating toner on cotton wool, wipe my face all over with that, and then I don't have to worry about using a face scrub. Once I've done that, I then mist my face, and I use the Superdrug Vitamin E Skincare Hydrating Mist for that. So once I've used that toner, I like to spritz my face before going on to my next step, which is a serum. So I'm not too bothered about what kind of serum it is. This one is All Bright Vitamin C Glow Serum, because I do like a glow. Even though I'm older, I don't like that dull matte look. I think, as Caroline Hirons says, I'll be matte when I'm dead. And I agree with that. So yeah, I do like things that might give you a little bit of a glow. So the Botanics All Bright Vitamin C Glow Serum is the one that I'm currently using. Now, I looked at this yesterday in Boots because I was going to buy it for the giveaway. This was £9, and I thought that was actually a lot of money for that brand. So I didn't. Instead, I got you a Garnier Vitamin C, but we'll go through that later. Okay, so I put on my serum, then I put on some sort of eye cream. And my friend Sharon got me onto the Boots Cucumber. Really, really reasonably priced at £1.35. Unbelievable. So something that's nice and cooling in the morning. If you know, you might wake up with puffy eyes. It's really nice and really pleasant to use. So yeah, the Cucumber Eye Gel will be my next step. Then I go on to moisturiser. The one I'm currently using is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream, and that is out of my Mother's Day skincare box. So I want to use this up so that I've got another little pot for decanting product. There is a full-size moisturiser in my Mother's Day edit, but yeah, I want to use that one up first. So then it's moisturiser, followed by every single day. Everybody should be doing this. This is where I will impart some advice that I know 100% to be true. SPF. Factor 50 on your face. No matter whether your moisturiser has got an SPF in it, no matter whether your foundation has got an SPF in it, because they would usually be a 20 or a 30 maybe, you need a 50 on your face. Any dermatologist or skincare expert will tell you you need a 50. And I am confident to repeat that information because I have had a basal cell carcinoma removed from my face some years ago. And I was told factor 50, 365 days a year on your face, and any dermatologist will tell you that. Obviously, go down onto your neck as well. Now, the reason I like this one is because, of course, it's en Bacelaire, so it's fairly reasonably priced. A lot of skincare brands will have their own, and there are a lot of sun care brands that have their own. I get stingy eyes on holiday when it's hot and I have got SPF, a facial SPF on. I get runny eyes an awful lot, and they start to sting, and then you go to put makeup on. If you're going out in the evening, your makeup's running off, your eyes are red, they start to puff up. This one doesn't do that for me. So not only is it reasonably priced, it is fabulous if you've got sensitive eyes, and sun cream plays them up a little bit. So factor 50 en Bacelaire is a really, really lightweight liquid, not far off of water, and that makes it perfect for going under makeup because it sinks in beautifully. So straight after moisturiser, SPF always. I'm never without this, and it's very often on offer in Superdrug or Boots. Amazon, look fantastic. Just look around for the best price if you want to start using that for sure. And then say, for example, that goes on first thing in the morning before I then put any makeup products on my face. But throughout the day, so say, for example, we've got a beautiful spring day, the sun is shining, it's lovely and warm. If I'm going out later on because it's my day off, I then have a spray also of Ombre Solaire, Super UV Over Makeup Mist, factor 50 again. So this can be sprayed on throughout the day if you're out and about. So it's really, really handy. So always something that I use. Another product that I always keep in the house is the Nivea Eye Makeup Remover. This is like a biphase product. So I don't know if any of you will be familiar with the Lancome bifacial eye makeup remover, which has been around for years, like a turquoise colour. It's a bit like a dupe of that, so you have to kind of like mix it up a bit. And although I use cleansing balm at night, that's what I haven't got out. Been trying to get prepared and I haven't got that out. Okay, sorry. Very often when I've finished work, I want to take my mascara off if I've got mascara on, because my eyes have been playing up terribly. I've mentioned before, I need an eye test. I need new glasses. So yeah, sometimes I like to take my makeup off and just clean my glasses before I sit down for the evening watching TV. So I always have that. So I've got you one of those as well. So yeah, so that's it. So just to recap, cleanse, an exfoliating toner, a facial mist, a serum of any type, whichever you prefer. At the moment, I've got vitamin C. It might be a hyaluronic acid serum, which I've got in the Mother's Day box. Then I will apply an eye product. Then I moisturise, and then SPF. So I can always write that in order in the comments. Now at night, I do what they call a double cleanse. So that is washing my face twice. First of all, I use a cleansing balm, and my favourite, again, across all price points. And trust me, I've had cleansing balms in the past that have been 40 odd quid. I might have had a Caroline's Hiron edit that's had a cleansing balm in it that would be 30 or 40 pounds to buy if you just went and bought that product. But one of my absolute favourites is the No. 7 cleansing balm. Now it's a big pot and it will last for ages. So you've got your cleansing balm, and it also comes with a muslin cloth as well. This one's yours because I haven't brought mine down. I can clearly see it's not here, so stupid. Okay, so that's going back in its box. That's for you. So let's just start putting bits in the box. So this will remove all of your makeup. It will remove all of your eye products and your SPF from your face. So a bit like when you go to the hairdressers, they will do they do a double wash of your hair. The same when you have a facial, you will always have a double cleanse. So the first cleanse will be to remove everything, and the second cleanse, so we go back to what we use in the morning. This is your one. The second cleanse will be to clean the skin. And we wash our face in the morning because there's dust in the air. You might sweat in the night, and that's why we wash our face in the morning. So the first two products are going into the box for the giveaway. Okay. So No. 7 cleansing balm and the ordinary Squalane cleanser. Again, one of my favourites across all price points. Now, I couldn't get you the toner that I wanted to get. So if you do want to get yourself an AHA toner, Boots Botanics, you know, it's probably one of the better price ones that you will get. So definitely look into that. If you're not a fan of face scrubs, but you want to exfoliate to keep that skin renewing, especially as you get older, then definitely look into that. So next step after using that will be our hydrating mist. So that's my one, as you can see, that's used. That's your brand new one. Bought yesterday from Superdrug. Had to go back twice for that as well. They didn't have it last week. So you've also got a vitamin E hydrating mist, and you can use this at any time. So you can use it on a hot day to just have a spritz to just freshen up a little bit, make yourself feel better, whatever. So you've also got one of those. As I said earlier, I couldn't get you the Botanics. Well, I could get you that, but that was £9 and this was £8.65. So I got you the Garnier. But I got a vitamin C brightening serum, also contains niacinamide and salicylic acid. Clinically proven, 70% of dark spots are reduced. So this is something I may well try myself in future, because I have got some dark spots on my skin. Let's get it out to show you that. Okay, so that's for our giveaway. So let's pop that in the box. Oh, I left a lip gloss in my box. Try that. Maybe not right now. Okay, so serum. And then got you also one of the cucumber eye gels. So we'll pop that in. And then for your moisturiser, I got you the LD Q10. So I have used this in the past. Perfectly adequate, great moisturiser with a peptide complex, hyaluronic acid and coenzyme Q10. Anti-wrinkle, we want anti-wrinkle. SPF 20, so as I said, please do also use a standalone SPF at the end of your skincare routine as well. So yeah, you've got the anti-wrinkle Q10 from Aldi as your daily moisturiser. So we'll pop that in the box for you. And then I've also got you one of the Nivea eye makeup removers, because some people like a standalone eye makeup remover. They may not want to use a cleansing balm to remove their eye makeup. So I've got you one of those as well. So you can see mine is part used. There's your brand new one. Okay, so I'll pop that in the box for you. Oh, and it fits there nicely. So there you have it. Am I going to be able to pick this up to show you? Who knows? It's probably all going to fall out everywhere, isn't it? But I feel so proud and chuffed of this box. I really do. And I'm so happy to be able to give something back to you guys. I really, really am. So the value of the box, I mean, I don't know if you're interested, but you might be, is £36.04. That is what it has cost me to buy that. So I have used my self-care sinking funds that I use for my own skincare and makeup to purchase those bits for you as a massive thank you for supporting me, liking, commenting and subscribing on my channel, because it is so appreciated. And until the monetization takes off or increases, who knows if I'll ever be earning more than £100 a month. God knows. You just don't know, do you? It's what will be, and we will see. And hope, you know, I hope in the future that I'm in a position to be able to do more and support charities, give money to charity and that kind of thing from this channel. But yeah, that may not ever happen. We just don't know. But all the time that you're here supporting me, I wanted to do something now to say thank you. So all you need to do to enter, I will share with you in a minute. I've just got some honorary, I swear I can't say that word properly, mentions, things that I wanted to mention. I've got to reach them over. So things that I like, brands that I like, and would recommend, and they won't break the budget. So first of all, sorry, reaching over for these bits. own brand products. So we know you've got your super budget stuff at Aldi, of course. Fabulous, great. I'm not knocking that. A lot of the stuff are dupes for well-known brands, as we know. The only thing I would say with that, it might have the same ingredients in, but maybe not such a high concentration. So do be aware that could be the case. I don't know that for sure. I've not looked at the ingredients lists on various things, but just something to bear in mind. But own brand stuff. So Boots ingredients, these serums and things that they do, they're about £5 for 30ml. And they are targeted individual serums. So, for example, that is peptide. They do niacinamide and various other individual skincare ingredients in a serum for around £5. So that's something to mention there. Also, you can see I've had that's an Aldi Caviar Gold. So that would be a dupe of... Blimey, what one is it? I can't even think which brand it is now. I've gone brain dead. But this isn't their line that they've got in all the time. We're certainly not down at my Aldi, they haven't. My friend Sharon bought me this eye cream. And again, I've kept the pot because I use them for decanting products, as previously mentioned. But yeah, more than happy with that. But I can't think who does the caviar eye cream. It could be La Mer or La Prairie. This is a dupe for. There you go. I've remembered both of those brands that I was racking my brains for. Also would give an honorary mention to the Superdrug Vitamin E range, and especially the cream cleanser. Comes in a tube. You also get a muslin cloth with it, like I just showed you in the No. 7 cleansing balm. And that does last quite a while, and you would be able to cut that tube open and get even more product out. That's a really good cleanser, and that's been recommended by both, in the past, Sally Hughes and Nadine Baggott, and I've bought that on quite a few occasions. I think it's about £4.99, but it's a real decent sized tube. So yeah, Superdrug own brands, and they do lots of own brands. It's not just the vitamin E either. So yeah, it's just a case of having a look around. Curel, another brand that I love. I love this deep moisture spray, which I would use in place of the hydrating mist. I think I got this on when Boots do a £10 Tuesday. I think it's usually about £12, so it's not as cheap as chips. This one's £5, by the way. So it's not as cheap as chips or the cheapest one that you'll find, but I really like this and I really like the brand. Although this is the only product I've ever had from them, it's a Japanese brand which are known for ceramides. So it's a ceramide infused range of products, which is really good to help with skin barrier function. So that is a product that I love and would recommend. Also would like to recommend Neutrogena. So this is now empty, but this is a product that I've used at night. So very often I will have a retinol product. I like to use retinol at night if I've got any. And this Neutrogena one is reasonably priced. I mean, you can get Neutrogena products from Olay. They might be on offer in Boots sometimes, but they're still going to be probably over £20. I think I paid £12 for that. And a retinol is something that you would just use at night. If you've not used retinol ever before and you want to introduce it, because it is an anti-aging ingredient, retinol is vitamin A. And apparently it's one of the only skincare ingredients that have really been known to help with anti-aging. So, but don't take my word for that. Always look it up yourself. But yeah, if you're starting retinol for the first time, introduce gradually. So don't just start wearing a retinol every single night of the week, because it can be harsh on some skins. So, you know, maybe put it on one night and then leave it 2 or 3 nights before you apply it again. And then going forward, it might be something that you use twice a week, 3 times a week, 5 times a week, or every night if your skin can tolerate it. Would be perfectly up to you. But also Neutrogena, a shout out, they do a water gel cream moisturizer, which I've had before, and I find the water creams or the gel cream moisturizers are lovely for summer. they're really, really lovely to use in summer. So I would recommend the Neutrogena one, and also the number 7. They do a water gel cream moisturiser as well, and I've had that in the past. And of course, with number 7 products, they're very often on a 3 for 2. There's very often a coupon on the counter. So for example, that cleansing balm, you might be able to get 3 for 2, and it would cost you about £20 odd for 3, and then divide that by 3 and you've got a cleansing balm for around £7. So anything you can get on offer, then do so. Another brand that I really like is the incase. A bit like The Ordinary, they're kind of, you know, they're both science-based brands with fabulous products at reasonable prices. Yes, they're not budget like Aldi, but they are still very, very reasonably priced. And I have got here the Retinol eye cream. So that one I would only use at night. And I will give an honorary shout out to their caffeine eye cream, which is one that I would use in the morning. Really helped me. I went through a stage of having quite puffy eyes in the morning, and I really felt that that helped. And a lot of people like the oat cleansing balm that they do as well. So again, you'll find lots of serums, lots of different moisturisers. But yeah, incase, like The Ordinary, a fabulous brand with loads of products to suit all skin types and all skin concerns. Another shout out to Beauty Pie. So I don't know if you've heard of Beauty Pie. It is a subscription service where you pay a monthly fee. I don't do that, but one of my daughters does. And sometimes when she's placing an order, she will say in the girls' chat, does anybody want anything from Beauty Pie? I'm placing an order. If she says it, I will always say, can you please get me a Japan Fusion cleanser? So this would be a morning cleanser and a second cleanse at night for me. Again, all about textures. I absolutely love the feel of this cleanser. I love it. Antioxidant, vitamin C and grape polyphenols. But yeah, absolutely great. Love Beauty Pie. Had a couple of products from them, but that is definitely one of my absolute favourite products. And then my final shout out in an honorary mention is this serum by Olay. I think this is my favourite serum in the world. This went viral when it came to the UK last year, beginning of last year. It had been available in America for some time. And lots of people used to buy it out there, bring it over here because people loved it. And the reason that people love it is called Super Serum. This contains pretty much everything that you're going to find in another serum. So it's got 5 ingredients, including vitamin C, niacinamide. What else has it got in it? Now I've gone brain dead and can't actually remember. But there are 5 things in that. I think that's got AHAs in it as well. So that would act like an exfoliator. But yeah, this went viral in the skincare community on Instagram when this hit the UK. It's not cheap for this brand at all. I've only ever bought it half price on offer, and at half price, it's £19.99. It's 40 quid, this is, for Olay. It's a lot of money. Nothing is cheap these days. But I guess if you're buying this for £5 and you've just got peptide or niacinamide in it, you've got all of the ingredients packed into one serum. With this, well, you've got 5 ingredients. So I guess they can justify it. At the moment, it's £19.99 online in Boots. Well, it was the other day, but it wasn't in store. I've also used my Amazon shopper panel money, which builds up if I don't use it each month. And I have got this from Amazon and used free money to purchase it. I love it that much. If I could choose 5 skincare products for life, this would be the serum that I would choose to use every day. Last honorary mention, TK Maxx. My daughter picked up this Kate Somerville anti-aging Dermal Quench Liquid Lift for $5.99. Usual price. Oh, it did say it on there. It's so small. $35.99. So check out TK Maxx. I haven't got one near me. When I've been into one, I always look at the skincare. It's going to be hit and miss, but if you've got one locally or one that you go into quite often, check out more high-end skincare brands at budget prices for sure. So that's my last shout out. So to enter our giveaway, guys, and as I said, I will write my routine in the comments and leave it there for anybody who's interested that may have lost track with all of my gabbling on. So there is our giveaway box. Can you see that all okay that's in there? I'm going to post this. I have to say UK to UK on this occasion, and I do really apologise to anybody who is watching this video, and I know that I've got people that are subscribed from the States and Australia and other places, and I'm so sorry, but I just think there can be restrictions on sending skincare, and certainly overseas as well, and plus the cost would probably be absolutely horrific. So this giveaway is UK only. Yeah, and who knows in the future what we can do, as I said, but at the moment, UK only. And don't forget, if I'm in a point that I can give money to charity, I'm more than open to looking at overseas charities for countries that you guys might live in, as long as I can go to a website, see a legitimate charity, make a donation. Then I said a while ago that you know, I really want you guys to be involved if I'm ever in that position. So anything that's close to your heart, I will look at going forward if I'm in that position to be able to do so. So yeah, so to enter, if you could please, all you need to do is to enter a lipstick emoji when you leave a comment. So at the end of your comment, because I appreciate some people might comment but may not be interested in the giveaway, if you don't leave a comment, you can just leave a lipstick emoji. And if you do leave a comment but you do want to enter, put the lipstick emoji at the end of your comment. So I hope this video has been okay. I'm not sure whether it has or not, whether it will be or how it will be received, but I hope that, yeah, the giveaway gives something back to one of you for, yeah, my little way of saying thanks. So thank you for joining, and I will see you in the next one, which will be monthly roundup of April. So I'll see you back again on Sunday, my lovelies. Enjoy the sunshine. Hope you've got sunshine wherever you are. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much again, and I will see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. I just finished that video and thought I didn't say how we will draw the competition. We will use a random generator. That's the only way that anything can be done fairly. I've not looked into using one. I've never used one before, but I know people use them when they do giveaways and competitions on Instagram and YouTube. So that's how we will do it. So whether it means I go through all the comments and everyone, the first comment is number 1, number 2, so on and so forth. And we're going to leave it open until 23.59, so 1 minute to midnight on the 31st of May. So it can run for the whole month. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And I just tried on this lip gloss out of my Mother's Day box. Not sure on the colour. I think I'm more of a pinky girl. Bit orangey. But yeah, it'll get used, don't you worry about that.